Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, how are you guys?
I'm fine. Good.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Ubaidillah Zulfikar and NAROTAMA, and please introduce yourself.
My name is PUTRI NURKHOLIDAH.
My name is ANDINY ISLAMIYAH.
Okay, today in our first forum group discussion, we're gonna discuss about Indonesian movies versus Western movies, the influence of internet for young people, and the impact of online food or shop toward people lifestyle. The discussion can be explained the topic, giving opinion, can from fact or just our opinion, and question and answer. Okay, let's start it. Can you give your opinion about Indonesian movies versus Western movies? What is your opinion, Putri?
Indonesian films are more dominant in soap operas, which may have less appeal. There are still many Indonesian film producers who prioritize how many tickets are sold compared to educating film audience by making quality films in terms of story, acting, and so on, which in the end, the scope of sales is only national. In the end, the producer played it safe by making a film that was according to the market's taste and would not make a loss when the film was shown. Lack of animation on the film. There are inadequate supporting facilities and lack of support from the government. If the government doesn't support it, the filmmakers will no longer be enthusiastic about producing the next film. Even though they can still make the next film, the quality will be the same. Tend to be market, or even worse. But that does not mean that the Indonesia film industry has never been recorded abroad. Indonesia also has several films that have made it to international films such as Laskar Pelangi, Gundala, Pengabdi Setan, and many more. Western film provide animation and film quality that is quite high. There was support from the government in making the film. The supporting facilities in making films are more complete. The creativity of producers in making films is very sufficient. The scope of the desired target to the world. That is what caused Western film to be more attractive to all circles because they have a fairly high quality and more interesting film.
Thanks for the opinion. What about you, Mary?
Indonesian movies have several shortcomings, such as number one, creativity and the story. There are still many Indonesian filmmakers who are trapped in the market and finally choose story ideas and film genres that will be watched by many people. This of course hinders the creativity of Indonesian filmmakers to make films that are different from the others. Number two, technology. You will realize that it is rare for Indonesian films to include certain effects or technologies because they tend to play it safe and follow master paths. But animation, visual, and sound effects, it's very different from foreign films, which currently rely heavily on visual effects, even for drama films. Number three, promotion. Film is the same as a commercial product that needs promotion. This is something Indonesian filmmakers have not done until now. Only a handful of films have massive promotion, such as Ada Apa Dengan Cinta 2, Dylan, Pengabdi Setan, Will Sableng, Possessive, Philosophy Copy, and others. Even though there are a lot of Indonesian films of good quality, due to the lack of promotion, these films are not the film are not able to attract the interest of many viewers.
Okay, thank you for the opinion. I have a question. Do you think Indonesian movies can be as good as Western movies?
In my opinion, this could happen if the Indonesia film industry improves its quality in any way, such as technology, creativity in filmmaking, and paying more attention to details that are still lacking in order to be as good as Western movies.
Yes, I agree with Putri's opinion. The weakness of Indonesian movies is in the quality of the movies. When viewed from the actors, Indonesian already has several actors who start in Western movies.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Indonesian movies can be compared to Western movies at least for a few years ago. Why Indonesian movies can be compared to Western movies? Because Western movies industry like Hollywood has started since 120 years ago. And for Indonesian movies, there are have some trouble or struggle like the creativity from the filmmaker, technology, and more. For now, Indonesian movies is getting better and some movies can break through to box office. And let's move on to next topic. What do you think about influence of internet for young people? What is your opinion, Mary?
Okay, the internet is wonderful invention for human beings. However, it has lots of negative effects for teenagers. Young people are likely to get addicted to the internet. And also, the most obvious one is the deterioration of social skill of teenagers. These negative effects are prevalent in modern urban societies. Internet addiction is a serious problem for teenagers. Young people are getting used to doing everything on the net, such as making friends and buying clothes. Sometimes they may get addicted to the fictitious cyber world. It seems that the internet is a great attraction for teenagers. The internet is a tool for them to get in touch with the world. However, spending too much time checking information from friends is a waste of time. I believe there must be more important things in our life than surfing the internet. The internet has changed our way of communication. Face to face interaction is not necessary through the internet. Teenagers might feel more comfortable to communicate online. Nevertheless, teenagers' ability of social skill is weaker than before. They don't know how to contact with others. Teenagers might set up a good relationship with strangers on the internet, but in the real world, it might become difficult for them to build good personal relationships.
That's a good opinion. What about you, Putri?
The existence of the internet has a positive impact on the entire community of internet users, including teenagers in general, especially during school. They can quickly get information, can search for it using Google or in other ways. But most teenagers use the internet to find friends, to chat, send emails, and look for college or school assignments. When the younger generation surf the internet, it will definitely affect their personality. For example, a teenager is always looking for information from the internet so that it forms a personality that is lazy to look for a statement in books and he doesn't want to try. The positive impact of using the internet for teenager is to get more advanced, defined, accurate, and fast information, allows to communicate remotely without having to go to the person. For students, and students can do assessment at school easily and quickly. By accessing the internet, we can know more about the world, make it easier to find information, and make it easier to market the products we want to sell. Meanwhile, The negative impact is one of the defined behavior committed by students, such as crimes committed against someone using the internet in cyberspace that are bad and defined, such as pornography. With the quick and easy access to information via the internet, pornography is rampant. On the internet, there is pornographic and violent contact that can lead to an impetus for someone to act criminally. Moreover, teenagers at school are still people whose curiosity is very high. To minimize this, guidance from adults is needed to better control every activity carried out by teenagers, especially supervision from parents.
Okay, thanks for the opinion. Is someone want to ask?
I have question. What is an effective way for us as young people to avoid internet addiction, which has a negative impact?
Mary, can you answer the question?
Okay, thank you, Putri. Focus on people around you, turn on notifications, delete unused accounts, increase socialization in real life, find other activities, and use wisely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Putri, I have a question for you. The
Yes.
internet can give a negative impact for young people, but with the current pandemic conditions require young people to access the internet. What do you think about it?
In my opinion, the role of parents is very much needed for these young children. Even though parents feel it is enough to supervise the child, but don't let the little child take the gap to play cell phones in a negative way. If there is a necessity from the school to access the internet, it is better teach the children to access the internet properly and correctly so that there is no negative impact on the use of the internet.
Thank you for the question and answer. Internet is a wonderful thing, but they can give us a good influence and bad influence. For young people, internet can be the important thing that they must have, like some of them can get off of it. And bad thing from internet can make us addiction. If spend more time on internet, that can make distance with family or friends. So time management is important, make us not lose our productive time. You can get bad influence and good influence from internet. That's all depends on website or something that you see on internet. Okay, let's move on the last topic. That is the impact of online food or shop toward people lifestyle. What's your opinion, Putri?
The impact on roadside stalls that do not provide online purchase is a decline in customers, especially those aged 35 and under. Customers are starting to switch to online food shopping through applications such as GoFood, Shopee Food, and others. Because many people think using the application is very easy and very helpful for them. By using the application, they can see a list of various menus and price lists without coming to the place to eat. They just choose the menu they want and click order and wait for the order to arrive. They can order the food anytime and anywhere. It caused change in people's lifestyle in thinking about avoiding crowds during a pandemic like this. But usually there are people who feel disappointed with what he has ordered because the food is not what they ordered. And sometimes, when the distance between the buyer's house and the place to eat is quite far, the food is not longer warm when it arrives at the buyer. And when we don't buy directly to the restaurant, we can see the cleanliness when cooking food and the place.
Interesting opinion. What about you, Mary?
The rise of the online food delivery industry has provided job opportunities for many people across a range of types of employment, including a chef and administrative staff in restaurants. Delivery people are as programmers behind the apps or online platforms. In addition, the online food delivery industry has been a bonanza for support industries, including companies that make, sell, or service electric bicycles and companies involved in the making and distribution of food packaging. Well, there is no doubt that the online food delivery industry has provided many jobs, especially in the delivery sector. There has been concerns expressed about the poor working conditions that delivery people are subject to, including the standardized nature of their job, their high workload, the limited training many receive, and the risk they experience to their personal safety during the process of delivering the food. This limitation means that while many job opportunities exist for food delivery people, job satisfaction is often low, and there is a high attrition rate.
Okay, thank you for the opinion. Is someone want to ask?
I have a question. How do you avoid online sales scams?
First, don't be tempted by the price. Read reviews, pay attention to the rating, pay attention to the number of sales, and do not transact outside the marketplace.
And you, Mary, what your opinion?
Personally, I don't believe with online shop, so I prefer to buy something at the shop.
Okay, thank you for the question and answer. Online food or online shop has changed people's lifestyle. Before online shop or food has been built or made, people must go to the store to get what they need. Now all of people can buy something by sitting comfortably in home. But online shop have bad things that can happen like fraud or scams. When people buy the stuff, sellers not send the same stuff from the description. But online thing can make us not waste time so we can do other thing while we buy food or stuff by online. Thanks for all the participants who give the opinion about the topic. I will close this forum group discussion with conclusion from the topic. Indonesian movies versus Western movies from the topic. Indonesian movies is on the behind Western movies because Western movies industry has started much earlier than Indonesian and Indonesian movies still have some trouble, like the creativity from the filmmaker and more. But now Indonesian movies is getting better and some can play to box office. The influence of internet for young people have a bad and good influence, but that all depends on what we see or what we do on internet. The impact of online food or shop toward people lifestyle. The impact are people can buy stuff by sitting comfortably in home and can do something else, not wasting time. But we still must be careful. That's all for our forum group discussion today. Let's close this by saying Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin.
Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim.
And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Thank you.